Hello, everybody out there. So for today's video, it is going to be the very first time I've gotten the opportunity to do one of these, so I am super excited. It is going to be one of those Ask Me Anything videos that I, for the longest time, was saying, if you have any questions about whatever topic or stuff going on in your life, to ask me. I had someone reach out recently with a good question, so let them know that I would do a video about it. Did ask them if they wanted me to do like the hard truth or just me giving the normal across the board advice. They did ask, since this is my first video ever doing it, as well as the fact that they were just unsure of how it was going to come across if I did the hard truth part of the video, for the regular advice. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't a little anxious, because I haven't done a video like this before, but here we are nonetheless. So this will be like the very first one of like the Ask Ethan or the @the movement, like kind of like little videos. So I'm super pumped. Before I hop into the actual video, if you guys could go down to the bottom right hand corner of your screen and hit the, if you could hit the share if you could hit the share button, I would greatly appreciate it. Reason being, I can ask people to like and subscribe all day, but I don't want to because everyone else does. But if you could share the video, if it's helpful for you, if you think it'll be helpful for somebody else, whether you want to share it directly with them, you want to tag them in it, whether you want to share it on your page, however you want to do it, I would greatly appreciate it. The reason being is the whole idea of the Greater Than movement is helping 100 million people, which is a crazy huge number, and I am trying to go as fast as I can, improve their lives in a multitude of different ways. And by answering people's questions directly, that's going to be one of the best ways to get that done. Sorry, I had to pop up on my computer. So without further ado, I'm going to hop into the actual video. I'm going to read the message that I received, and then I'm going to give my advice to the person who's out there. All the names have been removed, so I have kind of just cut it down a little bit. So the question that I got was, hey, at the Greater Than movement, I have been dating this guy for about 6 months. I'm 21 and he is 23. We're both attending the same university, which is where we originally met. At first, everything was great and flowing pretty naturally. We would only see each other for dates about once a week due to both of our busy schedules. We both work almost full time. The problem is that now it's been 6 months and we only see each other about twice a month. He says he loves me, but the only time we really see each other is when we Netflix and, in quotations, literally chill. Typically, he leaves and doesn't spend the night. I told him I want to see him more, but he continues to say he is too busy with both work and school. I want to make this relationship work with him, but I don't know what to do as I feel like he isn't making enough time. Any suggestions would be great. So, kind of a heavy message, kind of a heavy question, kind of a like frustrating situation. So to kind of hop into it, I'm not gonna like reread it 5 times. I just kind of want to like hop into my actual advice as if I was talking to someone that I knew in person versus through a message. So what I would tell you, and anyone out there who's in a similar situation or who has been in one or who may find themselves in one in the future, if you're with somebody, and 2 parts, I guess. Number 1, they're not making time for you. It's not a good sign. People will make time for people and things that are important to them, whether it's school or work or sports or church or video games or their significant others or whatever it may be. People will make time for what is important to them. So if you're dating, or like this lady right here, in a relationship with somebody who, especially when you're in a relationship with them, and they're not making time to see you, especially after you've communicated, from what you said, it sounds like you probably communicated effectively, because from the overall message, the vibe's very like mature level. I would say if you've tried communicating and they still are not making time for you, they're not prioritizing you. They're not respecting you. They're not respecting what you're asking for. They're not respecting your emotions, and they're not respecting your time. Now, the second part of this that I think is more, I would say it's probably more common with guys than it is with gals, if I'm being 100% honest, is guys who are coming to see you, who are having Netflix and chill time, and they're not typically spend the night, or they're just having that time and then they're bailing, or it's just very physically intimate time and it's not really much else, not a lot of going out, not a lot of doing like going on dates or just spending more time together. It's just a lot of that kind of time. Typically, that's something that guys do when they'll tell you all the things you want to hear, whether it's in person or over the phone or through text. But when actions come, like push comes to shove, when actions have to show up, they're just spending time because, as nice as I can say it, they want to be physically intimate, they want to have sex, and that typically is kind of where that might start and stop. And the thing that's really frustrating is that a lot of people, both men and women, they get to that point in time where they know that they have somebody kind of on the hook, and then they'll start doing the bare minimum. They'll start kind of reeling back a little bit because of a multitude of different reasons. One thing could be he actually really is that busy. I will give you that it is possible. But for most men out there, again, I'm going to tell you that they can make time to see you probably at least once a week. At like a bare minimum, regardless of how busy you are. I've worked a full-time job. I've gone to school full-time and then some. I went to the gym full-time, and I still had time to see the people that I cared about, whether it was friends, family, or significant others. And could he be that busy? Sure. Is he that busy? Probably not, especially when the times that you're seeing him is specifically like these very short Netflix and chill moments. So that's kind of me breaking down what I'm seeing. My advice for you is really setting your boundaries, is really truly putting the line in the sand, saying like, hey, I care about you. I love you. You tell me you love me. You tell me you want to be with me. But that's not how I feel. That's not what I'm seeing. And this is what I need. I need to be able to see you more. I need to have the times that we hang out, the majority of them not to just be, let's have sex, watch a movie, and then maybe you spend the night, maybe you don't, and then you did the next day. And you need to set that boundary in the sand of what you expect, what you need, what you want, especially after 6 months, because you don't want to be 6 more months down the road and still be investing all this time into somebody who's not investing into you and who's not investing into your relationship. Now, if he comes back and is very sincere and says, you know, like, I apologize, like I really am busy but I just need to make more time. Great. Hopefully that's what he does say, and then his actions change. But again, realize that words are one thing and actions are another. So if somebody cares about you, they're going to try and prioritize you, especially after that type of conversation. So if he just says that he's going to try and make more time or that he needs to make more time, but then doesn't do it, you got to have your line in the sand. And you got to be willing to tell him, hey, we had a conversation. This isn't changing. I'm not putting a timetable on it, but we've had the conversation. It's been a few weeks. It's been a month. It still hasn't changed. And I think I need to step away. And you have to be willing to walk away from anyone, whether it's a significant other, a family member, a friend, when they cross your boundaries, when they are not respecting you, respecting your time, especially after you've addressed it twice now and they're still doing it. The words don't matter. The actions do. And at the end of the day, you have to be willing to step away, walk away, and let that person be if their actions don't change. Now, if his actions do change, great. Make sure that they continue to change and things continue to progress if that's what you want. Because a lot of times people will change for a couple weeks or for a month and then they'll regress. And if that happens, same thing. You have to have another conversation, a third conversation, and say like, hey, I appreciate you doing better. I appreciate you trying, but we're back to the way it was before. I want it to be the way that it just was for a few weeks or a month. And if it can't be, I understand. But if it cannot be and you have to really lay down that line, then I'm going to have to walk away and hope that at some point in time we can reconnect in the future when you're able to make time or when you want to make time. And again, stand your ground, put up your boundaries, respect yourself, expect respect from others. And I promise you, at the end of the day, one of two things is going to happen. Number one is he's going to understand that you're not playing around, that you're respecting yourself and respecting your time and holding him to a standard and not just words. And either he's going to, number one, change, respect you, respect your time, and try and actually connect with you and be there for you how you need him to be there for you. Or number two, he's not going to. And you're going to either have to walk away or he'll walk away. It doesn't matter and it won't work out. But I promise you, you've now set boundaries for yourself that you will continue healthily into your next relationship. So that is my advice for the video. A little bit longer maybe than my last few ones, but hopefully it's helpful, informational, positive, a little bit of light into the universe. At the end of the day, guys, if you do enjoy, again, please share. If you have any questions about this topic, other topics going on in your life, whether it's relationships with friends, family, significant others, school, work, or just life and mentality in general, please feel free to ask. You can message me directly pretty much on every social media platform. You can put something in the comments if you want. You can reach out to me via email. Like, I promise you, there is a way to find me out there on the internet, in social media, where you can reach out with any questions about whatever topic you would like to ask me about. If you don't want me to make a video about it, then tell me, hey, Ethan, I don't want you to make a video. Could you just respond? Great. But same thing with these type of people. That sounds kind of bad I say like that, but like when people message me, I'm going to ask them, what type of response do you want? And then I'm going to follow it up with, can I make a video about it? Because I think this is a great question that can help a lot of people. And of course, this lady right here said yes. So here I am. So hopefully it's helpful to you. Hopefully it's helpful to everybody else out there. I do hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay safe, and remember, above all, guys, be greater than. Bye.